Note to self, my best project is me. You guys getting sick of the sunrise time lapses on the beach? I'm not. What is up? Another beautiful day during the 30 Days of Healthy series. Thank you for joining the journey. I know what you're thinking. Matt, enough with the sunrise time lapses. Well, too bad. I am addicted. You're probably also thinking, when are we going to focus on food, diet, and movement? What kind of exercise to do? Well, we've been laying a lot of really good foundational work to charge off of. We're getting serious about our why, what makes us motivated jumping out of bed in the morning, what kind of habits we're going to replace. It's all really good work. And that leads us beautifully into today's session, where we will be focusing on what kind of body type we are. There are three main body types: Ayurveda and sports science agrees. Ayurveda is the world's oldest healthcare system, initially developed in India, and sports science is kind of like the Western take on health. And both camps, opposite sides of the world, opposite angles, they both agree and have concluded that there are three distinct body types. What's great about these body types is they're very simple to understand. There's very distinct features about each body type, so you can know confidently what body type you are based on certain characteristics. And there's some really fun quizzes out there you can try, but let's just break down real quick what each of the three body types might look like. So that was an ectomorph. And here's a good example of what an ectomorph is. Skinny, lanky. Everyone knows an ectomorph friend. They might not be tall, but usually they appear to be kind of tall because they're just kind of lanky and they have long limbs, and you can see their ribs like that. They metabolize very quickly. Some might see an exomorph and think, man, I wish I was just like that. I wish, I could just eat whatever I want and be lanky and thin. But you know what? They have some challenges being an exomorph because they can't use their weight to gauge health, and so they have to be super aware of the nutrients that they're getting using other factors than weight, like their sleep and are they feeling lethargic, and their quality of life, although they may just naturally be thin, might not be ideal just because they're thin. So they have to pay extra attention to other factors in their life aside from just their weight, because they just naturally are, skinny. And then right here on the opposite end of the spectrum, we have our beautiful endomorphs. And these tend to be the more thicker types of bodies. And you can tell they have thick lips, they have curves, they're lumptuous, they've got meat to them. Naturally bigger people, and they have to fight harder to keep the weight off. They can't eat the American standard diet and expect to be in shape. They have to put a little more effort into their physical stuff and be a little more cautious with getting simple carbs, avoiding sugars like breads, and stick to veggies and get those kind of carbs so they can maintain a healthy weight. That is the endomorph. And then in the middle, we have our mesomorphs. Mesomorphs are in the middle of the spectrum. They're not naturally lanky, but they're also not naturally thick. They're just kind of sit right in the middle. And I think I am a good example of a mesomorph and just kind of have a medium build. And again, pros and cons to each. So let's kind of dive into how we can learn to love the unique benefits that each of these body types come with. that's important because you're stuck with it. The body type you have, you're stuck with it. Honestly, if you're an exomorph and you want to be big and like an endomorph, you can do it. You gotta. It's a lifestyle of non-stop eating the perfect foods and being at the gym every day. But you might be happier if you learn to love your unique body and live a lifestyle that is more conducive to a healthy one for your body type. So your unique body type and my unique body type is woven through our DNA and was primarily given to us at birth. So you got what you got. The other factor that determines what body type we have is our environment, because we do constantly change and adapt and our cells regenerate, and we really are a blend of all three body types, but we always are predominantly one body type, and it really helps to know what that body type is so that we can use it as a template toolkit to start to experiment with different foods and movements and find what works for us. Because when someone says, oh, this worked for me, this food, this diet, this whatever, if it worked for them, great, but they are different. We are all different, and it's all on us to figure out what works for us. This bike, perfect for some small kid, not for me. This is an Ecto, not suited for me. And this bad boy, although it's like, what's the purpose of this here? This thing's gonna go fast. And I don't know how well it's gonna take cruising up through some windy, bumpy mountains. So again, you know, might not be the right fit for me. I would consider this more of a endomorph. This puppy, on the other hand, just feels right. I must say, when you start to live in alignment with your body and do the things that it was naturally designed and built to do, it is freedom. You have more energy because you're not going against anything. You're going with and supporting and elevating this beautiful body that you were born with. So no matter what body you have, love that body. This bicycle is actually a pretty good metaphor for understanding your body type. It was designed to serve a specific purpose. And if I try or want this to be a bullet bike and go 150 miles an hour, I'm gonna be pretty disappointed because that's not what I have. Just the same with our body types. We need to respect the vehicle that we have, put the appropriate fuel into this vehicle, move this vehicle the way that this vehicle was designed. And what's great, and already with this, I'm realizing the more I understand how it is built, how it moves, all of its intricacies, the better that I can manage it, the better I can keep it healthy. Just the same with our bodies. So that's what's up, guys. There is a body type quiz on today's session with Intention Inspired. There's a link in the description. I took as many body type quizzes that I could find, both in the sports science world and in the Ayurvedic world. And I shared the one that I found most beneficial in that session. So you can take it and answer a few questions, and it'll give you a really great, actionable list of things that you can do both food-wise and movement-wise after you determine what your body type is. So feel free to pop over there, get that base plate information on your body type, and let's learn to love it and respect it and live healthy, long-lived lives by giving this body what it needs. Take 10 minutes, do the quiz, find out what body type you are, and give yourself one small little challenge, one lifestyle adjustment that you can make that will help out the body that you were born with. It's a never-ending process, and it's a fruitful, fun one. All right, guys, catch you tomorrow.